Hi, I'm Steve Dongworth, Fire Chief with the City of Calgary Fire Department. We're here today at our brand new Windsor Park Station 11. We're going to take you on a fire station tour and show you what it's like to be a firefighter in the City of Calgary. So let's get started. Come on in. Today we're lucky to have Captain Bruchetta and his crew at Station 11 taking us on the tour.
Hello Chief, welcome to Station 11.
Hi there, Captain. We also have Carol Hankey, our spokesperson, joining us today. Hey, Sparky! This is Sparky, our fire department mascot. Sparky's not going to be here for every fire station tour, but he's been good enough to join us today. So let's hand over to Captain Bruchetta and his crew and enjoy your tour.
Well, welcome everybody to 11 Station. Are you happy to be here?
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you as guests. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start off here in the alarm room, and this is where we used to get print-offs of all our calls, but now with modern technology, everything goes to the computer that's right on the fire truck. So Captain Bruchetta is going to explain a very special feature that we have at some fire stations, and right here in this one, that helps us get to calls quickly and safely.
Hi kids. So over here we have some buttons we can press in order to change all the lights on some of the roads in our district. So we can hit this button here and it would change all the lights to green on McLeod Trail so that it would help us get to the call a lot quicker. An elbow drive and another set of lights on McLeod.
Well, I think we should go to the most interesting and fun part of the fire station tour, where we keep the trucks on our apparatus bay. Captain Bruchetta, if you'd like to lead the way.
This way, guys.
So before we get started on our tour, it's really important that safety is our priority. And because this is a working fire station, the fire crews here might get a call at any time. And it's really important that you know what to do in case that happens.
So we are on duty right now. If at any time you hear the alarm tones come through the station, we need you guys to go to the back of the hall where it's safe, out of the way of the moving trucks, so that we can respond on the call. Okay, come on this way, guys. We'll start the tour. So every fire station in Calgary has an engine in it. It puts out the fires, it carries the water, and it has some other tools. At Station 11, we have a ladder truck with an aerial ladder on top and a basket. That's for rescuing people and for gaining access to high areas. And we also have a hazmat recovery truck at Station 11. It's staffed by the same guys that run the aerial truck. So let's start by taking a look at the engine. So kids, this is firefighter Mike and firefighter Steve. They're going to show you through engine 11.
You guys ever been to a fire hall before? No? Yeah, you have? You guys seen the truck before?
Yeah.
What is this truck for? What do we do with this?
Putting out fires.
Yep, putting out fires. What else do you think we do with it?
Put people in if they have an injury.
Yeah, so we go to car accidents. We go to a lot of different calls. So this is like our big tool truck. So we have a bunch of lockers with a bunch of different tools that we use to help people. And here's one of our first doors. Who do you think goes here with the big steering wheel?
You.
Yeah, and who's that?
Driver.
Perfect. So yeah, the first thing is when we get a call, we get toned out, right? So we're going to emergency. The driver comes here, turns the truck on, and this is how we get to the call. So the first thing is we want to make sure we get to the call safe. So we have, get in here, put our seatbelts on, make sure everybody's sitting down, and this is where the driver brings the truck to the call. So first things first, this is where all the lights are and stuff. Does somebody want to jump up there and take a look? Awesome. Jump up there, buddy. So yeah, we got all our power goes here. We have all our lights up here. So when we go to emergency, we always have our lights on. So the captain will be in that seat and we'll have 3 firefighters in the back. So this is the first part of going to a call. We leave the fire hall and we just make sure everybody's sitting down and all buckled up. And then we'll bring you guys to the back here and we'll show you some of our important safety equipment. When we go into fires, we wear, they look like big knapsacks. So there are air cylinders. So when we're breathing, we can breathe in clean air when we go into a house fire. We got flashlights back there. We got tick cameras so we can see in the dark. It's kind of cool. So when we go into a big smoke and filled environment, you can't see. So we got a camera that shows us if there's somebody injured in there or something so we can see through the smoke. So what do you think this is here, guys? Everybody had the right answer. That's awesome. So what do you think we'll use this for? Car accidents, house fires?
House fire.
Nice. You guys got the answers today. So we'll go to a house fire, and the first thing we'll do is we'll pull these off, and we'll string them out to the house. And one of the drivers, me or Steve, will go in the back and we'll turn on the hose. Just like your house, you turn the tap on and charge the hose. So essentially we do that with this. And this is what we're going to use to put out the fires, right? So it could be house fires, it could be car fires, it could be grass fires, garbage can fires. So this is our tool, our big hose line. with our water and our foam to put out the fires. So we'll go in the back and we can show you what our breathing apparatus we use when we go on fires and how we charge the hose lines.
So these are our face pieces, and so the SCBA, the self-contained breathing apparatus, is basically the components is the face piece and the dragger mask. So as I was saying, when we're on our way to a call, we'll be sitting in here, and this is what's going to be going on over top of our duty gear, and we will have the mask on, and when we're ready to dock up at the in front of the house, when we're about to make entry, that's when we're going to go on air with the mask. Okay kids, so if we want to jump up in the truck here, we'll show you the pump panel. This is where the engine operator goes. So these are the levers that we pull for our corresponding lines, depending on what line we want to pull. These all represent an individual discharge, which is one of the mounts coming off the side of the truck. So we can hook up hose, or we can pull one of the pre-connected lines off from the top of the bed there, and we get our water, and this is mainly our computer that tells us how much pressure we're giving, and we increase or decrease pressure on this, and we can add a foam application as well to the water depending on what type of fire we have. If it's a car fire, a lot of the times we will use a little bit of foam or whatever the captain calls for. So this is where that all happens.
So guys, this is one of our lockers. Here's a big fan. What do you guys think this is for?
To blow smoke out of the houses.
Perfect. So if we go to a house fire or anything, one of the most dangerous things for firefighters is we'll go into an atmosphere where we can't see, right? So we'll use cameras to help us see in the dark. But this is one of our big tools. So we'll set this up at the front door, and we'll turn it on, and we'll open the back door. So when we turn this on, where do you think all the smoke's going to go?
Outside.
Perfect. So it's going to blow through the front door. And where do you think it's going to go if there's an open door in the back of the house?
Out the back.
Perfect. So it's going to create this huge draft, and it's going to blow all the smoke out. So it's safe for us to go in there, and we can look around for people, look around where the fire is, that kind of stuff. So that's one of our huge tools. So yeah, good answer. That's awesome, guys. Another part of the locker. You guys all know what this is down here? The big red piece?
Yeah.
What is it?
It holds the water.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. So it's a fire extinguisher. So we'll use that to put out maybe smaller fires. So if we'll go into a house, there might be a garbage can on fire. We don't need to pull off all our hoses. We can use this and do a quick knockdown to stop the fire from spreading. These are portable hand pumps. So if we go to a grass fire or something like that where the truck can't reach, so there's a lot of dirt or something, we might get stuck. So we'll fill these up, and they're like knapsacks. So we'll put them on, fill them up like a big water knapsack with a little squirt gun, and we'll walk out there and we'll start spraying called hot spots. So there'll be little spot fires everywhere. And we'll use these so we can get really far in the forest or in a grass fire and put out spot fires so the flames don't spread. So those are called water pumps, hand pumps. And that's pretty much it for this locker. We'll go to the next one. We'll show you guys the jaws of life.
So kids, this is firefighter Cam. Firefighter Mike had to go to a fire, so we're going to continue our tour. We'll start with this guy up here. Anybody can tell me what this is maybe called or meant for?
Jaws of life.
Yeah, and what do we use this for?
Open car doors.
We use this for all our MVC calls. When cars get bent up pretty bad, we have to take doors off, remove roofs, stuff like that. It's a hydraulic tool, and it hooks up to this line and ties into this power plant down here, and that's what gives us pressure in this line. We can pretty much tear apart anything with these things, so they're extremely powerful. Can anybody tell me what you think this is?
To cut down doors.
Well, it's a bullet saw. It's a chainsaw, and we use it we could cut down a door. Any other guesses as to what we would use this for?
Roofs.
Yes, roofs. So the main application is for taking this up onto a roof. If we need to ventilate it, the house is pressurized full of smoke, and we need to relieve that pressure of smoke and all the hot gases. We'll go on the roof and we'll cut a hole, and that'll make it a safe environment for our firefighters to enter in and get a knockdown on the fire from the inside of the house. It'll drop the temperature in the house tremendously by doing that, and so that's one of the main applications for the bullet saw. This is our hydrant bag. It carries a bunch of different appliances and a few tools in here that help our hydrant man, which is Cam right now on this truck, hook up to a fire hydrant. What you see on the street, that's what supplies our water to the truck. And once we get that supply of water to the truck, that's when I come into play, and as I was showing you guys earlier, I would be running the pump panel inside the cab.
All right, so this is where we keep all of our medical supplies. So we have this red bag, and in here we have basically everything we need to take care of minor medical emergencies and major medical emergencies until paramedics arrive. So in here we have things like oxygen. We have lots of different things in our bag so we can get stuff started before the paramedics get there. And that way people are in a little better shape when the paramedics do arrive and take over the care. They have all the tools and things to make sure that people are dealt with very well before they get to the hospital. And then they hand off to the doctors and the nurses. How many of you guys have dogs and cats? Yeah? Right on. So in this bag we carry stuff so that just like if you needed oxygen, if your dog or your cat needed oxygen, we can give it to them. So we have the same thing, it's called a bag valve mask, same one that we use on people. And we have these special attachments. So where do you think that this would go on a dog or a cat?
On their muzzle.
That's right. So if this was the dog's muzzle, it slips right onto here, and we deliver the oxygen through this hole. So it's just exactly the same as we would use on a person.
I think Sparky needs it.
Well, I think this one might be a bit small for Sparky, but we can try, sure. So it would slip right on over there. Little small.
So far we've had an awesome time on the tour, and Sparky was a wonderful guest, and I know he really wants to stay, but he has to go. So why don't we say a really nice goodbye to Sparky and thank him for coming along on our tour.
Bye, Sparky.
Wonderful, thanks. So let's wave goodbye to Sparky as he takes off. Bye, Sparky, thanks so much for coming. Bye, Sparky. So we got to see what firefighters do, different parts of the truck, the types of emergencies they respond to. But now I want to give you some information that you can take home and help make your family safe. Fire safety is really super important to firefighters, and we want to help keep you safe. And part of that is preventing fires. So what I want to show you is this. Who knows what these are? Eva. Matches and lighters, that's right. So are these toys for children or tools for adults? Tools for adults. So if you saw these laying around, would you pick them up and play with them, or would you tell an adult?
Tell an adult.
Exactly, you would tell an adult. Very good. So who knows what this is? Yes, Carter.
Smoke detector.
Yes, it's a smoke detector or smoke alarm. And you know what? This is a very important piece of equipment in your house, and it has a little nose inside that constantly sniffs the air, and it sniffs the air for smoke. But everyone's responsibility is to make sure that it's working. So it has a test button, and you need to push the test button once a month. You need to change the batteries once a year, and every 10 years replace the smoke alarm. This is what's going to let you know that there's a fire in your house and you need to get out quickly and safely. Does everyone understand? Is everyone going to go home and tell their parents? Very good. So this gives the answer, but the question is, what do you do if you get fire on your clothes? Katya.
Stop, drop, and roll.
That's right. Stop, drop, and roll, because that will help put the fire out or smother it. Okay? I'm not going to get you guys to practice on this floor, but remember, if you ever get fire on your clothes, you stop, drop, and roll. Now, we talked about smoke alarms and how they are what's going to let you know that there's a fire in your home. If there's smoke in your home and you need to get out because the smoke alarm activated, what is this girl doing? Is she walking, running, or crawling?
Crawling.
She's crawling, and she's crawling because the smoke is up here, and the smoke is very dangerous to breathe in. So by crawling, she's closer to the ground where the cooler, cleaner air is, and then she can see her way out. If you're walking up in the smoke, you also can't see very well. Plus, you're breathing in that horrible, horrible smoke that's going to make it difficult for you to breathe. Okay? So if there's a fire, you crawl low and go. Can you say after me? Crawl low and go. Very good. What number do we call in an emergency? Jessica. Very good, 911, but only in emergencies. So if you see a fire, if there's a car accident, if there's a serious medical concern, do we call 911 to order pizza? No, not an emergency. Do we call 911 to test to see if our phone's working? No, no we don't. Only in emergencies. So what's the number we call?
911.
Thank you guys so much for coming to 11 Fire Station. We loved having you here as guests and showing you around and teaching you a little bit about fire safety. I know you guys are going to go home and be fire safe.
I hope you enjoyed your time with us today and had a chance to see a little bit of what we do and how we do it. We love to talk to the people we serve and are always happy to connect with our communities. If you'd like to book a tour of your local fire station, please call 311, or even better, go to 311 online.